So the Peaches take Portugal. Let's talk about it.
Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate up for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV back with a quick little video. We talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 98 episode 12, girl. I don't know. It'll be down there in the description. Girl, look. So apparently Sheree taking the girls on the healing journey with no healing. Girl, how dreadful. Fashion show with no fashions. Healing journey with no healing. How dreadful in my doggone, what's his name? The white voice, girl. Anyway, let's get into this episode because it was a few things going on now. So now the episode kicks off. It's Thanksgiving. Candy doing her annual Thanksgiving drive, making sure the people have turkeys. Shout out to the people who give back for Thanksgiving. We also have Marlo over there. She said her goddaughter made some lamb chops and she's sneaking some food, girl. I'm from New Orleans. We don't eat no damn lamb chops for no Thanksgiving, girl. But go off. Anyways, and Sanya's husband Ross came home just in time for her to act like she cooked. Sanya just don't give me chef, y'all. I'm sorry, she just don't. But Ross, if you like it, we love it. If you don't like it and you divorce her, call me. I'm not saying for no reason other than, support. Anyways, so wonderful Brooklyn finally meets her grandfather. I love it. Kenya's dad. She meets her dad, her grandfather. She said, it's crazy because that girl barely see her real daddy, her own daddy, talking about Brooklyn, but she got to see her grandfather. I'm here for it. Kenya's mother left her alone and don't want nothing to do with her. So I like that she wants Brooklyn to have a relationship with her doggone daddy. That's something that's very, 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 very important, especially for to have positive male role models in her life. I'm sorry, y'all. Shout out to Brooklyn. We are here for anything Brooklyn. We are pro Brooklyn over here. Brooklyn can't do no wrong. Brooklyn can stand down the street and flip somebody off. We gonna say we ain't see it and she ain't do it, and we gonna be ready to roll up our sleeves in battle. What's up? Brooklyn can do no wrong. So shout out to Brooklyn. Let's move on. So now the scene opens up. Ralph decided he wants to cook a brunch for the ladies before they go on their trip. And in my mind, I'm like, why does Ralph give a damn about these girls getting along? And then it dawned on me later on in the episode, she said Ralph was going to Vegas for a trip on business. Sound about right. I said, I see what you're doing there, Ralph. But anyways, so yeah, he's got this doggone brunch going on. Even though they ain't cooking nothing, they just gonna be serving it. They got a whole doggone chef over there. But anyway, moving on. The guests get to arriving, and Candy sees Courtney's baby daddy. What's his name? Girl, what's his baby daddy name? Bryce, that's his name. And she was like, I ain't seen you in 20 years. And she don't understand how he get with Courtney, because she said Courtney is a lot to put up with, and Bryce is such a nice guy. I'll say this, other than people dragging this man for him not being as cute as and fine as he was back in the days, people have a lot of positive things to say about him. So I'm here for it or whatever. But yeah, her and Sanya there. Ross is there. Ross came. Ross fine. And is he in this frame, girl? I don't even see him. But anyway, I don't know why. Every time I see Sanya, I think of her husband. Is that wrong? Is that like mental? What do you call it? Not fornication. What's the one when you're married, girl? Adultery? I don't know. I don't know. No, sorry, girl. Anyways. So, all the girls are arriving. Drew introduced her sister. That's where I'm at. Why I don't see that on here? Hold on. Let me make this right. Hold on. Never mind. Ross right there. Oh, girl. Look at Ross. Is that Ross? Yeah, I think that is Ross. Is that Ross? I think that's Ross in the white shirt. Yeah, I think that's Ross. Girl, shout out to you, Ross. Hold on. Let me zoom in. My bad, y'all. I had to crop the photo so I could see if that was Ross. But that's Ross. Hey, Ross. Girl, where was I going with this? Because Ross done threw me off, girl. I just love me some Ross. Girl. Let me stop talking about that lady husband, because that's wrong. And I be going off on other people for messing with people's husbands and all of that. So let me stop. Anyways, so where was I going, girl? My mind is all over the place. Monyetta's husband there, Heath. He came down there. Heath is over there at the doggone thing. Kenya and Sheree and all of them arrived, whatever, girl. But the gag was Marlo, girl. Marlo had brought the boy Scott Lee to the doggone dinner, and Everybody know everybody in Atlanta. First of all, Candy know everybody in Atlanta. Candy should be the mayor of Atlanta. That girl know everybody. Because Candy was like, oh, I know Scott Lee. He owned that little restaurant. Or he the head chef. She didn't say he owned. Let me back it up. She said he the head chef down there at one of these restaurants. Now, Scott Lee, I thought you said you owned the restaurant. Let me find out. But anyway, what's her name? Candy was like, yeah, I know him. I don't know him like that. I just met him before, or whatever the case. But she said in her confessional that she didn't believe that Scott Lee would date somebody like Marlo, because Marlo said the man gotta have money and she don't be sleeping with him. And Scott Lee definitely sleeps with the girl. And I'm assuming the latter is he ain't got no money. Girl, let me find out. Let me find out, girl. Marlo don't take care of him like Candy take care of Ty. We don't like that. We don't like that over here. We like men to take care of themselves. You know what I mean? But anyway, so they get to talking and running their mouth or whatever. And what happened? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, Kenya know the boy too. The boy Bryce. She said they hadn't seen each other in a little while or whatever the case may be. But she know him. Now, Kenya get to asking her about the movie and the cast. She went to ask Candy, girl, what's going on with the movie? I ain't getting no script on my front door. Nobody ain't called me, told me about no casting call. Girl, what is going on? Like, what's going on with the movie, right? So Candy was like, girl, well, actually, the movie is already kind of in the middle of casting or whatever. She said, but, you know, we got Drew to be casted as the lead role. She said, because Drew, even though, you know, the role calls for a young and naive person who gets turned out, she said, we know Drew acts like she's young and naive and ain't been turned out. What's the tease? We already heard about the Thai girl. What's the tease? Anyway, so Kenya is floored. Kenya was like, Drew? She's your lead lady? How Drew? Kenya feels like since she did Twi back 25, 30 years ago, she is the originator of the threesome movies. Well, Kenya, I'm with Drew, girl. You ain't did a movie in so long, girl. We are not casting you for no leading roles in nothing, Kenya. I love you to death, but we not casting you in no doggone leading roles. It ain't gonna happen, okay? Anyway, so moving on. What else we had going on? So they get the asking Kenya where her man at. And she said he ain't there after they asked Sheree where Martell was, and we all know he wasn't there. But anyway, her man happens to FaceTime her, and she pans the phone around the room so he could say hi to the girls. Now, this is allegedly her man, because as we all know, Kenya has a habit and has a history of having a so-called man, and then we come to find out he was a paid partner or a paid sponsor. Girl, look, I'm not about to do this with y'all. But anyway, she had them pan the camera in front of Marlo, and Marlo said, oh, I dated him before. Now, let me tell y'all something. I've been telling y'all this. Y'all don't believe me. Because everybody making their comments about, oh, I didn't know that's the only thing they have in common. No, that is not. Marlo and Kenya are the same people. It just materializes different. They have very, very, very similar backgrounds. They have the very same taste in men. You know what I'm saying? Both of them is alone. Let's just talk about it. And it's no dig at Kenya. They are kind of like more alike than they want to believe, which is why they continue to bump heads. They come from the same type of past, the same type of backgrounds. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kenya ain't never been arrested, ain't got no mug shot or whatever, but they are the same people. That's why they pick the same men. But, you know, Kenya didn't like that. So Kenya gets up and goes talk to her man, allegedly her man, and he tells her that he's somewhere, I forgot where he was, and he was gonna holler at her when he get back or whatever. Girl, we need to see it. We need to see it, Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy, if we don't see it, it never happened. I'm sorry, it's giving paid sponsor. But back at the table, they over there surprised, like, oh my God, you dated him? You know, and even Drew was like, girl, bye. Like, Sheree, I mean, King, you don't want that girl leftovers and all of that. Girl, shut up, Drew. Shut up, because you got Mimi leftovers and Ty. What's up? Anyway, so Marlo was like, girl, I never said we dated. I just said we went on a date. She said, but nevertheless, he did. I met him because he hopped in my DM. She was like, Candy, can you look at the DM and see if you can find it, since you inspect the gadget of the DMs? And, you know, it's true, Candy, you had a lot of sweat when what's that boy Martell DM'd Sheree a few years ago. But she showed her receipts. You know, he did jump in the DM saying, you know, when she was doing a video shoot, she needed what to wear, or a movie or whatever, what to wear, and he hopped in the DMs and told her what to wear, something of that. Some of that nature, girl, or whatever. It was kind of, you know, small talking, but that's how they ended up talking, nevertheless. Now, you know, this give Marlo a chance to throw it all up in the face and say, now, what are the chances that we dating the same guys? No, Sheree said that. What are the chances of them dating the same guys? The chances are very high. Because like I said, I've been saying this for seasons. They are more alike than they are different. It's just materialized different, meaning it's packaged different and it's given out to the people different. But they're the same person on the inside. That's why they would have the same man in common. Now, I did catch the tease. Kenya said, you know, he picked her first so he could know what not to get. Girl, he got the same person, girl. He got the same person. I'm sorry. Y'all could be mad. All you Kenya fans, y'all could be mad. It's the same thing. Anyway, so now the men's are outside getting to know each other. They're getting to know Scotland or Scotty, whatever his name is. They outside getting to know each other. Drew and Ralph, y'all backyard is it's nice. I don't know if y'all own y'all house or whatever, but it's really, really nice. I like that house. That house is gorgeous. I'm sorry. But Scotty, I don't want you to get too comfortable. We don't know you yet. Sorry. But on the inside, Sheree decides to ask Drew about the alleged person who said that they suing Drew because Drew didn't pay her, because she want to ask Drew if the doggone chef gonna get paid and get the whispering. Now, Drew was like, girl, what you mean? Why is you whispering? But, you know, Sheree was like, is the chef gonna get paid? Because, you know, they said that somebody is over there doggone trying to sue you. So, girl, tell me why. We find out after Drew gets to explaining that this girl wanted to cook for her, I don't know, came to the house and cooked or whatever, and they found her in the food, that the girl is literally down there suing them for $1,000. Girl, is this even worth bringing up? $1,000? And I ain't even got no money, but $1,000, girl. I thought it was the minimum of $5,000 if you want to sue people in the court of law. Georgia, what is going on with y'all laws? Is she really suing you, or is this something she just doing? Because Drew said she was out there doing press conferences and going to all the blogs to say Drew owe her money. $1,000? Girl, what did you cook? Meat, sauce, and spaghetti? Girl, I'm not doing this with y'all. Y'all be, you know, clout is the new drug. And I hate it. But anyway, now Sheree want to toast to make this a good relationship and a healing journey. Talk about how they going to Portugal for her to heal, for her fibroids or whatever the case may be. And let me just say this, Sheree, I don't know what your motivation was to do this to your face, and I promise you this is not coming from me trying to drag it. It's not coming from me trying to comfort Sheree. I thought Sheree was the most beautiful of all the ladies naturally, but Sheree, whatever you did to your face, I feel so bad, and I hope that you could reverse it. It is horrible. Black women, I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but I'm about to tell you what to do. Stop doing this to your face. Stop it. It's not gonna look the way you think it's gonna look. It's not. It's just not. And I don't know the motivation behind this. I wish I did. I wish I could have stopped you before. Did we not learn anything from the Queen Bee Little Kim? Apparently we learned nothing. But Sheree, I just had to take a pause to say that this is not right. And it's not body shaming to actually come from a place of concern and say, this is not good for you. This is not good for you. You were perfectly fine before. I know people have called Sheree masculine in the past and all of that. And I hate that because y'all don't know how words really affect people. But y'all got people going down there doing this to their face, and I don't like it. I do not like it. Sorry. But I guess we'll move on, child. I guess we'll move on. So now, Sheree has said they're going on a healing journey. They're trying to mend relationship on the healing in Portugal. The healing journey with no healing. But girl, so Courtney and Kenya kind of playfully going back and forth, and apparently Kenya told Courtney she don't want her touching her. And I was like, where did this come from? This is out of left field. But she said, just don't touch me. You know, you're overstepping your boundaries is basically what she said. And, Courtney was like, girl, what do you mean? I didn't touch you. She was like, yes, you did. Just don't do it no more. And Drew even jumped in and was like, well, she's just setting her boundaries. You know, it's nothing to be, really freaking out about. It was just weird. Anyway, girl, Candy got up because Candy was tired. Candy went down there and told Todd, get your little bitty ass up here. I'm ready to go. Todd tried to hold on to whatever bit of masculinity he had left and told the fellas, that he had to go home because his wife said it's time to go. Shout out to Candy for getting her tied up them stairs because she was ready to go. Let's move on. Now, it's the day of the trip. All the girls are over there getting ready. Sanya is on the FaceTime with Marlo, trying to figure out what they gonna wear because they new besties. We got Drew over there asking her sister what they eat down there in Portugal, and her sister said kind of like buttery food. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since that theory came up that her sister is really her mama, I can't unsee it. I'm sorry, I cannot unsee it. And that could be really the reason why, allegedly, that she having the mental situations that she having. I don't know. I just can't unsee it now. I just can't. Whew, I hope that's not really the case, girl. But I just can't unsee it. Anyway, so moving on. It's the day of the trip and Candy's sick as a dog. Apparently she got food poisoning or something. I don't know. But Candy is sick as a dog. But she's still going to muster it up and go on this trip. You know what I'm saying? Because she, Candy loves a free trip. I don't think they trips be free. But either way, Candy loves a trip. She be needing her little vacations or whatever the case may be. But they get on the plane. We find out she had been in the doggone bathroom the whole plane ride. And they get on the Sprinter to go to the doggone hotel or whatever. Now, when they get to the hotel, the people got stuff laid out, champagne, ginger, they at the W. It looks really nice. It was giving much better than Kenya's road trip to Alabama. Sorry, I say what I say. Kenya don't be spending no money. She don't be doing all that high class stuff. But she looks good. She's beautiful. Anyway, Candy's feeling better. You know what I mean? Candy don't drink, but I think she took a shot of that ginger. Right now, everything is going good. It's not bad. Everything is actually going good. Candy said she had bubble guts the entire doggone ride. Moving on. Can we take a moment of silence for this look from Marlo? This was a look. Marlo, you look great. It's giving middle class to high class, horror, but middle class at the very lowest. You know what I mean? Marlo looks great. I love this look. I do. I really do love it on her. So now while the rooms are being prepared, everybody get the FaceTime and their loved ones or whatever. And Monietta FaceTime her husband Heath. And Drew was like, Heath, check on your boy Ralph because he's down there in Vegas on a business trip. He's well on a what? No wonder he made breakfast for y'all, girl. He needed you to take your mind off of what the hell he was going on. So, girl, listen. We find out that Ralph was offered a set in Black Magic Mike by one of her managers or producers or something. And I'm like, what in the hell? Ralph got a dad bod. He not even like fine. They could have offered Ross. I ain't gonna lie. They could have offered Ross. Ross would have been a slim fine throwing up at that work with him. I want a slim fine brother with that work with him. They should have offered Ross. Ross should have got the offer, but Ralph. Girl, you better watch your managers and your friends, girl. What about your friends? Will they steal your man? Have you thinking he's working again? Oh, anyway, the girls can't believe it. The girls can't believe that they asked him. Hell, one of them said they'd rather see Heath's white ass over there taking off his clothes or whatever the case may be or whatever. But they asked Drew if she's insecure about her man, and she is. She don't know what he be doing, girl. None of us know what he be doing, girl. I don't think you know or us know what the hell he be doing, okay? The girls get up to see their rooms. The views are amazing. They are amazing. And we find out from Monietta that Monietta told Drew, Africa is like literally right behind this. And Drew slow ass said, I never been to Africa. I only been to South Africa. Drew is giving Portia season 3 or 4, whatever it was, her first season. That's what it's giving Underground Railroad. Drew, shut your mouth. Shut it and keep it shut, okay? But Monietta got an orphanage in Africa. Shout out to Monietta. Shout out to Giving Back. She said she's been to Africa and she thinks Drew should go to another portion of Africa that she didn't even know she went to already, girl. It was just a disgusting mess. On the flip side, Sanya's up there talking to Marlo, and they get to talking about how like the girls was so surprised that she was dating a man, or she dated a man that Kenya dated. And like she said, first of all, I only went on one date with the man. First of all, she was like, and secondly, girl, she could sit up there and try to act like, it was a dig for him to date me. Like, y'all act like Marlo not a bad bitch. I know Marlo crazy as all get out, but y'all act like Marlo is not a bad bitch. Kenya is a bad bitch, and so is Marlo. And that's just the facts. You know what I mean? But she don't understand how they didn't keep that same energy about the DMs that they kept when Martell had the thing going on with Sheree. It was almost like it was something completely different. Nobody wanted to give it all of that doggone tea. But she said, It's just kind of messed up, that, they just trying to make it seem like they're just basically discrediting Marlo and her dating that man. That's just all it is. And I have to speak truth to power. When Marlo said, everybody talking about me prostituting and all of that, but y'all only seen me with one man, and we've seen Kenya with countless of men. And as we've seen with these countless of men, none of them was good. Did I not tell y'all they are the same person? Look at the photo. Kenya has come around with many men. Many men. She has, and none of them were any good for her. The only thing she got good out of one of them is Mark, and that's Brooklyn. Other than that, they have all been terrible. Okay? They are one and the same. Marlo, you got a point on that one. I'm gonna have to tell you, when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. But when you're right, you're right. Okay? So Marlo was on point with that one. Moving on, Kenya goes to check on Candy, and Candy said actually everything so far on the trip is doing well. She's feeling better. Ain't nobody beefing. She's here for the trip. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. It's all right. Drew get to talking to Monietta about how she didn't appreciate Sheree bringing up that lawsuit stuff. She was like, we already moved past the stuff where they took all our merch back from She by Sheree. I don't understand why she would bring that up. You know what I mean? She said if we supposed to be on a healing journey and we supposed to be healing, why is she bringing up the fact that this lady is trying to doggone sue me? You know what I mean? Well, it is a reality show, Drew. That's how it works. You know what I mean? But you do have a point. She doesn't have to bring that up. She really doesn't. Moving on, what's the girl Kenya was talking about? She got a divorce date. Girl, I'm with you. You said it out your own mouth. Girl, you've been doggone divorcing longer than you've been married, girl. And then furthermore, why don't we know the teas? Why aren't we getting the teas? You can have a whole storyline behind this divorce, girl. We don't know nothing. We don't know what's going on. Give us the tea, Kenya, girl. What else is he trying to take from you? We tired of having to search it on the blogs. Just come on, tell us on the doggone show. You know what I mean? It's just getting out of hand at this point. Let's move on. So now the girls are on their way to dinner. Everybody looked really nice. Marlo ate up and down in that dress. Marlo always, when it comes to fashion, Marlo do not miss. I'm sorry, she just don't. But Marlo get to talking about how she Googled that they be having sardines down there in Portugal, and she grew up on sardines. Marlo, hush, because when they showed you some doggone fish, you thought it was sardines, and it wasn't. Anyway, they gets to the table, girl. They tried to order shots, and I guess it was a language barrier. They end up getting whole tequila drinks, whatever. Let's get the shot started with the drinks. When they sit down, we get the whole new spiel again, the whole spiel that, hey, this is a healing journey with no healing. And if anybody got something they want to get off their chest, say it now or forever hold your peace, because we want to go forward in a fashion that is conducive to us having a healing journey. Well, Courtney decides to speak up and say, Kenya, I thought, me and you were kind of, developing something, but it turns out you have an attitude, and I always get this mean girl vibe from you, so I wasn't really sure. When I was touching you, it wasn't in a negative manner. Like, what's really teased? Now, while she's doing this, Kenya is completely ignoring her, and it was very disrespectful. Say what I said, but Kenya is ignoring her and was just like, girl, listen. It was cool when you was tapping me on my shoulder at first in a joking matter, but it began to become condescending. And in that situation, I just didn't want you touching on me or whatever. Like all that, touchy, feely. I know that's your thing, but I just didn't like it. I felt like you was just trying to be, something that you ain't, and I ain't like that or whatever. Some people don't like touchy-feely people. I understand. Drew jumps in and was like, listen, girl, I know you just knew around the crew or whatever, but at the end of the day, these girls, they are different breed of girls. People have their isms that they have, and some people might not understand them, but you just relax and pay attention, and you'll understand that certain people have their thing. She was like, with Candy make faces, and in those faces, you would think that Candy is really mean or mad or whatever, but honestly, it's just the resting bitch face. That's what Candy has. And you know what? Candy was able to laugh that off because she knows she makes some crazy ass faces. Remember, Nene used to tell her that all the time. She said, every time you turn around, Candy, you making a face. And Candy was like, I don't be making no face. Candy do make faces. They be funny a lot of the times, but Candy wears her feelings not on her sleeve, but on her face. That is just the absolute fact, okay? That's just how she is. Now they move on, and Drew was like, well, since I'm talking, I wanted to ask Sheree. She was like, Sheree, I thought we were moving past healing and getting into a better space, but then you turned around and brought up, my doggone lawsuit or whatever, and I thought that was kind of like inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like, why did you feel you needed to do that, right? Which is a very doggone great question, right? If we healing, we healing. Now, what's the girl name? Sheree Hollers, you didn't like that, did you? And in this moment, I'm like, wait, I thought y'all had the conversation, about the confiscation of the She by Sheree. Like, why is you bringing that up like that now if y'all already moved past it? And Drew was trying to find out the same thing. Drew said we already had this conversation. We agreed to move past it. This is a healing journey, but you can't heal. Like, what's going on? I'm not going to do the tit for tat back and forth with you. Either we're going to move past it or we're not. And if we're not, let me know so that I can move accordingly. But I'm not going to do the tit for tat, right? Grown woman response, but Sheree's so busy trying to do a one-up, she didn't understand it. It went completely over her head, and now she's over there battling with doggone Drew about this lawsuit thing, saying, I didn't appreciate you saying that all the She by Sheree got confiscated. Sheree, all the girls said the same thing. Every single one of them said that their She by Sheree was confiscated. Nobody had She by Sheree. Nobody still has She by Sheree to this day, because you're charging $250 for a damn t-shirt. Don't nobody have ain't nobody had She by Sheree. But I'm on Drew's side. Like, why would you bring that up now? Like, at the end of the day, like, if we trying to move past it and healing, how we gonna heal? You a grown ass woman and you can't even heal. Like, make it make sense. But Sheree, like I said, trying to one up, she don't want to hear it. Sheree was just like, I said what I said, but at the end of the day, y'all lied on my business and said they didn't get nothing. Why would everybody lie on you, Sheree? Candy even came out and said they took back her stuff. Kenya said they took back her stuff. Everybody said all their stuff was taken back except you. And then you want to sit up there and say, if they took it back, it ain't got nothing to do with me. What you mean? That's your merch and that's your team. How does that make sense? Sheree, this is your merch and your team. So you mean to tell me if your team was taking back your merch from your friends, it has nothing to do with you? Sheree know what she be doing, yeah. Sheree is a pathological liar. Love Sheree down to the ground, but she's a pathological liar. And that's why she can sit up there with a straight face and say that don't have nothing to do with her. Everybody lying on her. Girl, everybody lying on you. The only one who said they had She by Sheree was doggone Marlo. And if you ask me, I feel like Marlo, she hurry up and gave this to Marlo before the season started. Because, they be crafting all this stuff before the season started. But she gave that crap to Marlo so that Marlo could come up on the thing and say, I love my She by Sheree. Girl, you don't wear that shit. Look at it. You don't know how to put the hat on your head. Girl, Marlo ain't wearing no damn She by Sheree. Y'all not about to convince me that she is. She's not. Say what I said. Anyway, so now, Drew's basically telling her how she feel like, you say we on a healing journey, but apparently you can't heal yourself. And this is not right what you did. Sheree, it's not right. But again, we on a reality show, Drew. You can't be able to keep secrets and expect nobody to say nothing. But ultimately, the way in which and why you did what you did, Sheree, you're 100% wrong. It's almost like Drew was the adult and you were the child. It's almost like she was the older person and you was the younger person. This causes Drew to start crying. Drew couldn't believe it. Drew was like, you know what? I can't believe you did that. She ran off like a child. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I mean, like, that's what it gave me, the vibe and energy. Like, like her feelings were that hurt. And I felt really bad for Drew. I rarely feel bad for Drew, but I did in that moment. I felt bad for Drew. Drew runs off crying. And, everybody sees it. They tell Sheree to get up and go follow the girl and help the girl get the girl. But, Sheree being Sheree, she's over there hollering, well, my feelings were hurt too. Why I gotta go get her? Like Marlo said, because it's your trip and it's your stuff, your beef. You need to go out there and get the girl. Like, don't leave the girl out there. So they go out there to get Drew. Drew's out there crying with her back to the camera, feeling some type of way. And that was the end of the doggone episode, girl. What y'all think? Tell me in the comments. Drop down in the comments and let me know. It's starting a little lackluster, but we'll see where it goes. Day 4 shadowing was really good as well. I can't wait to see the rest of it. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on TikTok, of course, and I will see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk. Who would have voted all this?
The nigga you just had up here.